Dear friends, in this time I want to begin with something which is very important to understand the sacred knowledge. One thing who is connected with the ancient legends in Yucatan. The legends has given to me a lot of my knowledge that I know, because when I have explored them in a deeply sense to the sacredness of the Maya knowledge, then you understand why Yucatan is connected still now with all these mystical places, the stories, the sacred names of the mother and the father, the legends of the Aluches, the spirits of Mother Nature. So I want to tell you one of the most beautiful stories that is located precisely in the Cosmic Feminine University in Yucatan that we know with the name of Uxmal. According with the ancient times, the legend begins when there was no time and space. And they said that in that time Uxmal didn't exist as we know now. In that time was only the fields. In the middle of the mountain there was a white house. And in that white house used to live one grandmother that is connected with the name of Ixchel. In that time, she was a medicine woman in a place that they connected with Nopat. Nopat means in Maya, the great people who knows how to make the pottery, the ceramic. The legend said that the grandmother wants to have a baby, but she was very old. And in that time, around in the mountains, there were a kind of special people, the hunchback people. These people have amazing gifts, magic gifts. She asked them to have a baby. And they said, okay, we'll wish you with a son. And they sent to her a big egg. Next day, from that big egg, a child was born. But the child came talking, smiling, smart. She said to the people that that baby is part of his family. And she grows the baby. She grows the baby with knowledge, understanding about all the secrets of Mother Nature. As the baby grows, he notices that the mother didn't let him alone inside of the kitchen especially. And he thought, my mother is hiding something from me. He was thinking that night how to make the mother takes more time to bring the water from the well. So he came out with the idea to make a hole in the water spot. But the next day the mother goes and takes more time. He can find out what is in the area of the kitchen. So the next day, the mother said, I'm going to bring the water, my son. Stay here. I'm coming back soon. As the mother left the house, this little child went to see under the ashes where the mother made the tortillas, and he found a beautiful golden symbol. And without thinking, this child played the symbol, the golden symbol. And the legend said that he was listening in all the Maya land, the sound of this golden symbol. So the ancient ones who live there, they have a prophecy that the one who played the golden symbol is going to become in the next king of Uxmal. In that time, Nopat and Sanakat. So the ruler, the king of that land, sent an assembly of warriors to look who was the one who played the golden cymbal. Of course, very soon they found him. And they brought him in front of the king. And the king said to him, as you have the predictions to be the next king in Uxmal, to be sure of that, I'm going to test you 3 times. If you pass the test, you will become in the next king. So I wait for you tomorrow in the morning at the sunrise for the first test. The mother was that night praying to the gods, help her son, to pass the first test. The next day in the sunrise, in front of the assembly, the king asked the first question. Behind the child was a ceiba tree with many fruits. And he asked, how many fruits and how many leaves does the tree behind you has? In that moment, the child closed his eyes, and a bat came from the distance, saying a number to him. And he responded, there are 144,000 fruits and 104,000 leaves. And the assembly of elders around the king said, yes, my king, it's true. So the child passed the first test. The second test, the next day, when the king said to the child, now we are going to do this. Choose any material from the area that you want to do a statue of yourself. And I'm going to choose one for myself. And we're going to make a huge fire. And we will put inside of this huge fire both statues. The ones who resist the fire is going to be the winner. But if you lost, you are going to lose your life. So the king sent to make a statue of himself with the most important metal, the gold, the high quality gold, hard. And the child was looking, what is the material that I'm going to choose to make a statue who resists the fire? And from the earth, a spirit came and said, made it in clay. Made it in clay. So he obeys the voice of this spirit, and he made a small statue of himself in red clay. As they put both of the statues inside of the huge fire, you can guess what happened. The gold was melted by the fire, and the clay was more stronger with the fire. So he passed the second test. He passed the second test. The king said, okay, tomorrow you will have the third proof. If you pass, you will come in the king of Uxmal. But if not, you will die. That night, when the child was sleeping, the mother creates a special helmet to protect his head, because she already knows what is going to be the test next day. Next day, when she arrived in the process, in the main plaza, the king said to someone to break 41 coconuts over his head of the child. But because his mother has made a helmet to protect his head, He passed the test. He resisted the 41th coconut break over his head as he survived. The king said, "This is miracles. This is amazing. This man, this child is special." He accepted that he is going to be the next king of Uxmal. But the child said, "It's fair, my king, that you pass the same taste with me." The king accepted and passed in front of the public. And of course, with the first hit over his head, he died. In that moment, the child called his mother. Shmukane came. And in front of all the town, they told them, "Go in your homes, fast and meditate for 3 days. And at the third day, we will have a new city. In that city, we will rule it. We'll be happy. We'll live in harmony, in peace." So everyone obeyed. They went inside their homes, stayed there, fasting and meditating for 3 days. At the third day, in the sunrise, they watched with amazing eyes the new city, the new place, the new ceremonial center, the new cosmic university was there, with the temples and palaces, the sakbes, the avenues, the buildings, the ball court, the palace of the governor, the nunnery temple, and all the rooms and spaces for dancing, enchanting, ceremonies, medicine, sacred knowledge university. The child said to all the town that Uxmal, the city, was there already, but it was hidden to the eyes of the humankind. And because they graced God, they descended this city from the 5th dimension, that now human eyes could see how is a cosmic city, how is a city who descended from the 5th dimension that we all admire with our human eyes. So Uxmal is a city to descend from the 5th dimension, that give us the privilege that we can see and admire its beauty, its decoration, its architecture, and is dedicated to the grandmother Shmukane and to the mother Uxmal. Uxmal, the city of kindness of Mother Moon, where the medicine, the art, the beauty, the ceremonies, the meditation, the cosmic knowledge was in the hands of the sacred feminine area, the sacred women, the priestesses, that they worked very hard for generations. And the child, the Alush, lived with his mother for many generations, as I say in the legend, until one day the time changed and Uxmal got another level of development. Uxmal, Uxmal, Uxmal. City where the legend becomes reality. The legend is the way to understand the mysteries and sacred knowledge, the cosmic knowledge which is involved in every legend, in every paragraph. Go and read again, meditate, in the legends because they contain the truth between lines. Have the eyes to see, have the ears to listen. Uxmal in the Yucatan is waiting for you, that you come back and to see a cosmic city who descend from the fifth dimension, that the human eyes amazed to see this wonderful city. Uxmal, Uxmal, Uxmal.